What's up, everyone? It is Samantha night. Normally on a Friday, I would bring you Rockin Rescue, and we would be featuring a new dog that is available for adoption from Mikaela's Mutt Motel here in Clarksville. We decided to kind of put a pin in things this week because we lost one of our sweet boys, Eeyore. Now, when Rockin Rescue first began back in January, the goal, of course, was to get all of these dogs adopted. It still is. And Eeyore, I think, was my third guest that I had, maybe my fourth guest that I had after we started Rockin Rescue. And Eeyore was just the most lovable dude. 15 years old, and a pity mix, and just a big goober, like just a big rumbly tumbly, like Winnie the Pooh, but in dog form. To be honest, that was Eeyore. Still had some spunk in him. And while we were trying to get Eeyore adopted out, a medical checkup revealed that he had a mass in his mouth. So that placed him on a medical hold. And that mass in his mouth, about like yay, turned out to be, benign, which was great, but he was still on a medical hold just in case because Eeyore was also having some thyroid issues and some other things, which, easily treatable and manageable with medication. A couple of weeks ago, Eeyore started exhibiting some weird behaviors. He was fly biting, he was biting at the air at nothing. He was having seizures and all kinds of funky things going on. So Mikaela and her husband Brad took Eeyore to get him checked out to kind of see what was going on. And it was more or less determined that Eeyore had developed a brain tumor, and that's what was causing his seizures. And I will tell you this was one of the greatest dogs I've ever met. He just wanted to snuggle and sleep, snore louder than any human being I've ever heard. But he was such an amazing dog. And while we weren't able to find him his forever home because of the medical issues, Mikaela and Brad Lambert have dedicated their life to this cause, to the rescue, to Mikaela's Mutt Motel, and making sure that they all have a home. And if they can't find a home, dogs like Eeyore are given a home, they're given everything, and given the best life they have left to live. And Eeyore was no exception to that, because even though the ultimate goal was to get Eeyore adopted out, and obviously, the medical things put that on hold, but Eeyore was still loved and spoiled and fawned over and played with the other dogs every single day. And the idea of a brain tumor is not something that you can fix in a dog. It's hard to do in a human, but it's certainly not able to do in a dog. So a horrible decision was made, a very hard decision was made. I want to call it horrible decision, but a very hard decision was made to give Eeyore the best day possible before he was released to go over the Rainbow Bridge. It's never an easy decision with your own animal. It's never an easy decision when it's a dog that you were trying to get adopted into his forever home. And the really incredible thing about Eeyore is that he was saved by Mikaela and Brad. He was on a euthanasia list, and they said, no, we're taking this boy in. We're going to give him a second chance at life. And they did that for as long as they could. And I know that in their care, Eeyore had the best life he'd ever known in his 15 years. With that said, instead of featuring another doggo today or this week on Rockin Rescue, I decided to say goodbye to Eeyore. And I'm trying to do this without tearing up. This is not easy to do. I thought I'll be fine. I can do this. But we say goodbye to Eeyore. And know that there are other dogs out there like Eeyore that didn't get a fair shake, that need their second chance at life. And that's the whole reason that Mikaela's Mutt Motel and other rescues and shelters are out there, is to give these dogs a second chance to learn that it's okay to trust humans, and you can love and you can be happy and live out your days just being a spoiled, rotten little nugget. So Eeyore, I'm sorry that your end came. I'm sorry that we couldn't find you your forever home outside of Brad and Mikaela, but you know what? Brad and Mikaela is where you were meant to be, because you knew that they would take good care of you for as long as you were on this earth. You made a lot of people very, very happy. I am honored to have met you and to have gotten kisses and snuggles from you and fed you treats and given you belly rubs. And I hope that the other side of the Rainbow Bridge is beautiful, and that all of my previous babies are up there taking care of you and showing you the ropes. With that said, my goodbye leads to this goodbye. from Brad and Mikaela at Mikaela's Mutt Motel. We love you, Eeyore.